Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine and in high spirits. Students, today we are going to start a new unit from class 8, that is Algebraic expressions and identities. So let's start. Algebraic expressions. Students, we have already studied that algebraic expressions are formed with the help of variables and constants. We have some expressions here. Let's read them. First one is 3x plus 5. Second expression is 8x square plus 7. And the third one is minus 4x square plus 9x plus 25. As we can see, in the first algebraic expression, we have this is the first term 3x and this is the second term plus 5. So it has two terms. Similarly, in the second expression 8x square, this is the first term and plus 7. This is the second term. Again it has two terms. In the third expression, we have this minus 4x square. This is the first term. The second term is plus 9x and the third term is plus 25. So this expression has three terms. So students, I hope you all can distinguish between different terms in an algebraic expression, and we know that we can classify algebraic expressions on the basis of number of terms in them. Let's see. The algebraic expressions which have only one term are called monomials. They are called monomials. Now what are monomials? Those algebraic expressions which have only one term. Let's see. Say we have one term 5x cube. So there is only one term in this algebraic expression. So this algebraic expression will be known as a monomial. Similarly, suppose we have another expression minus 15x square. Again, there is no other term in this algebraic expression except this. So that is why this is again known as a monomial. Similarly, suppose we have 100x raised to power 5. Again, there is only one term, so that is why these kind of algebraic expressions with only one term are known as monomials. Now let's see another type of algebraic expression, that is binomials. Now students, bi means two. So binomials means those algebraic expressions which have two terms. Let's see. Say we have an expression 4x plus 9. Here you can see we have first term, that is 4x, and the second term, that is plus 9. So the number of terms are 2. So that is why this kind of an expression is known as a binomial. Now let's see another one. Say we have minus 5x cube plus 7x square. Now there are two terms here. First one is minus 5x cube and the second term is plus 7x square. So that is why this kind of an expression is known as a binomial. Say the third one, 8x raised to power 5 minus 20. Here again we have only two terms, that is why this is known as a binomial. Now students, let's see another type of expression, that is trinomial. I hope you might have got some idea of what is a trinomial. Tri means 3. So trinomial means an expression which has 3 terms. For example, 5x square minus 18x plus 9. Here you can see we have 3 terms. First is 5x square, second is minus 18x, and the third one is plus 9. So there are 3 terms, that is why this kind of an expression is known as a trinomial. Similarly, let's see another expression. 100x raised to power 11 minus 18x raised to power 5 plus 14. Here you can see we have 1, 2 and 3 terms, that is why this is an example of a trinomial. And students, if we have more than 3 terms in an expression, then that expression is known as polynomial. For example, say 18x raised to power 4 minus 13x cube plus 12x square minus 17. Here we have 4 terms, so that is why this will be known as a polynomial. And suppose it has now 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 terms, so now again it will be known as a polynomial. So I hope you are clear with monomials, binomials, trinomials and polynomials. So we see that algebraic expressions can be classified on the basis of the number of terms in that expression. Now let's learn something more about algebraic expressions. Now students, we will learn about coefficients of terms. See, we have an expression 14x raised to power 4 minus 13x raised to power 3 plus 8x. As we can see, there are 3 terms in this expression. First one is 14x raised to power 4 minus 13x cube plus 8x. Now what is the coefficient? Coefficient is the numerical value of this, of every term. Say the first term is 14x raised to power 4 and we can see that the numerical value is 14. So the coefficient of 14x raised to power 4 is 14. Similarly, the second term is minus 13x raised to power 3. Here the numerical value is minus 13. So the coefficient will be minus 13. Coefficient of what? Coefficient of this term, that is minus 13x cube. Its coefficient is minus 13. Similarly, the third term is plus 8x. Here the coefficient will be the numerical value and the numerical value is plus 8. So the coefficient of plus 8x will be plus 8. I hope now you are clear with what a coefficient is. Now suppose I give you another term minus 13x raised to power 9. So what will be the coefficient here? Just guess. I hope you got it, and the answer is minus 13. So now let's move further. Students, now we will study like and unlike terms. Now let's see what are like terms and what are unlike terms. I am writing some terms here like 15x, 4x square, 3x, 18, minus 3x square, 9x, 17, 8x cube, 4x square, 18, like this. Now students, just see carefully. There are few terms which have the variable x. This has the variable x square. This has x. It has no variable. It has the variable x square. Here it is x, no variable, x cube, x square, and no variable. Now out of these, let's segregate them, separate them on the basis of these variables. See, this has the variable x. I put it here like this, 15x. It comes here. Let's find out more terms with the variable x. It has x square, we won't take it. It has x, so we can take it here and we write it 3x. This is 18, so there is no x here. This is minus 3x square. It has the variable x square, that is x raised to power 2. It has the variable x, so we can bring it here and we write it here like this. Now this is 17, 8x cube, 4x raised to power 2 and 18. So there is no other term with the variable x raised to power 1, that is x. So students, these are like terms. Like terms means they have the same variable, 15x, 3x, 9x. They have the same variable, although they have different coefficients, but their variable is the same. So these kind of terms are known as like terms. Now again, let's try to segregate the terms with the variable x square. So first one is 4x square, we bring it here, 4x square, that is x raised to power 2. Now let's find some more terms with the variable x raised to power 2. This we have taken, this we have already sent there. This is 18, it has no variable. It again has variable x raised to power 2. So we bring it here and write it here, minus 3 x raised to power 2. Again, this is 9x, 17, 8x raised to power 3 and 4x raised to power 2. So this is 4x raised to power 2, the same variable, and we can write it here, 4x raised to power 2. Alright, now see, they have the same coefficients 4 and 4. So, but important is that their variables are the same, x square, x square, x square. So students, these kind of terms, these are what kind of terms? These are like terms. Let's find out some more. This has no variable, that is, it is called a constant term, 18. We write constants here, 18. There is this constant without x, 17. So I write it here. And there is one more constant here, 18, again the same constant. So 18. Again, these are constant terms without any variable, so they are called constant terms. And what kind of terms are these? These are like terms. And students, see, this is done, 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 this is done. Only one term is there, 8x raised to power 3. There is no other term with the same variable x raised to power 3. So that means 8x raised to power 3 has no like term. So I hope with this khichdi made around here, you will be able to understand what are like terms and what are unlike terms. Now see, these have the same variable x, so these are like terms. These have the same variables x square, so these are also like terms. But if I take 15x from here and 4x square from here, that is 15x square and 15x and 4x square. Now What kind of terms are these? See, its variable is x and its variable is x square. So these don't have the same variable. So that is why these kind of terms are unlike terms. These are unlike terms. So if their variable is same, they are like terms. If their variables are not same, then they are unlike terms. Now let's move forward. Students, now we will study about addition and subtraction of algebraic expressions, that is how two expressions can be added or subtracted. Let's see. Suppose we have an expression here 3x plus 4y, and there is another expression here 5x plus 7y. Now these are two different algebraic expressions and we have to add them. We have to find their sum. So what we will do? 3x plus 4y, that is the first expression, plus the second expression, that is 5x plus 7y. Now students, we have to add them. So let's open these brackets. So this is 3x plus 4y plus 5x plus 7y. Now students, just earlier we studied what are like terms and what are unlike terms. So you always remember that only like terms can be added or subtracted together. So that means first what we will do, we will put together all like terms in this whole expression. Now see, this is 3x and this is 4y. These are not like terms, and this is 5x. These two have the same variable x. So that means they are like terms. So we put them together, we write them together like this. 3x and plus 5x, it is written here. Now there are two other pair of like terms with some other variable, that is y. See, here we have 4y and this is 7y. These two have the same variable y. So that is why we say that they are like terms and we write them together. Now this has the coefficient plus 4, so we write it plus 4y, and this term is plus 7y. So students, what have we done? We have put together like terms in this row. Now let's see. We will add these like terms like 3x plus 5x. It will give us 8x, cos 3 plus 5 gives us 8, and the variable will be the same, that is x. Same way we will add these. We will add the numerical factors, that is the coefficients. This is plus 4 and this is plus 7. So 4 plus 7 is 11. So that gives us plus 11 and the variable will be the same, that is y. Now students, many students do the mistake that this is 8x and this is 11y. So they write it as 8 plus 11, 19xy. This is wrong. Why this is wrong? Because this is 8x with the variable x. This is 11y with the variable y. They don't have the same variable. That means they are not like terms. And when these two terms are unlike terms, so they cannot be added or subtracted. As I said in the beginning, only like terms can be added or subtracted in the algebraic expressions. So if they cannot be added, so that is our answer, that is the sum of these two expressions, that is 8x plus 11y. Let's do one more example. Suppose we have an expression 4x minus 3y and the other one is minus 7x plus 8y. Now we have to add them. So first one is 4x minus 3y. If we have to add, then we put a plus sign, and we have minus 7x plus 8y. We put a bracket because two signs cannot be put together. Now this is 4x minus 3y, plus into minus is minus 7x and plus 8y. Now students, what we will do here? We will put together the like terms, that is the terms with the same variables. See, this is 4x, this is 4x, and the other like term to 4x will be minus 7x. So we put them together, and this is minus 3y, and the like term to minus 3y will be plus 8y. Now let's solve it. 4x minus 7x, plus into minus is minus, so 7 minus 4 is 3x, and the sign to the bigger term is minus. So that means 4x minus 7x gives us minus 3x, and this is minus 3y plus 8y. So minus plus is minus, 8 minus 3 is 5, that is 5y, and the bigger term has the plus sign, so we put a plus sign here. So that is minus 3y plus 8y gives us plus 5y. Now students, minus 3x and plus 5y, they don't have the same variable, they are not like terms, so they cannot be added further. So that is our sum. This way we can add the algebraic expressions. Now I'll tell you about subtraction of algebraic expressions. Now students, we will see the subtraction of algebraic expressions. See, first we have an expression 3x raised to power 2 minus 18x plus 7, and the second expression is 2x raised to power 2 plus 13x. Now we have to subtract them. So students, always remember, during subtraction of algebraic expressions, what we will do, we will first write the first expression. If we have to subtract this from this expression, then we will write this expression first, 3x square minus 18x plus 7. This is the first expression, minus the second expression, and first the second expression will be put in brackets, 2x square plus 13x. So that clearly shows us that we have to subtract this expression from this expression. Now let's open these brackets. First one is 3x square, we write it as it is. Next is minus 18x, and the next term is plus 7. Now students, here you have to be very careful. Why? Because in front of this bracket we have a minus sign. So that means this minus sign is multiplied by this as well as this term. So minus into plus 2x square, that gives us minus 2x square, and similarly this minus gets multiplied by this sign plus, so minus into plus will be minus, and we will get 13x like this. So there was a minus sign in front of this bracket, that is before this bracket, so that is why all the signs in the bracket gets changed. This 2x square changes to minus 2x square, and plus 13x changes to minus 13x. Why? Because this minus sign multiplies with this term as well as this term. Now we have to solve them, and how do we solve it? By putting together like terms. See, this is 3x square, and the other like term to 3x square will be another term with the variable x square, and that is this term, and this term is minus 2x square. Next term is minus 18x, this one, and the like term to minus 18x will be this, that is minus 13x, because they have the same variable x. So that is minus 13x. So 4 terms are taken. The last one, is plus 7. There is no like term to plus 7, so we write it here alone. Now, we solve them by taking together the like terms. First one is 3x square minus 2x square. So, 3 minus 2 will be 1x square. So, we get 1x square. We can also write it as x square. Alright. Next, these are two like terms with the same variable x and x. So, minus into minus is plus. 18 plus 13 is 31 with the sign minus and the variable x. We can say minus 18x minus 13x gives us minus 31x. And the next one is plus 7. There is no like term, so we write it as it is. So, now this is x square, this is x, and this is without x, that is it is a constant term. So, they don't have the same variable, so they cannot be added or subtracted. So, this is our difference between this expression and this expression. So, here we learn how to subtract two algebraic expressions. The only thing that you have to keep in mind is that before the second expression that has to be subtracted, you put a minus sign, and that minus sign multiplies with all the terms in that expression, and thus the signs change, and then we calculate and find the result. I hope you are now clear with addition and subtraction of algebraic expressions. You can take some expressions of your own and you can subtract them and add them. So students, today we studied about algebraic expressions, types of algebraic expressions on the basis of number of terms, that is monomials, binomials, trinomials, and then like terms and unlike terms, and in the last we studied about addition and subtraction of algebraic expression. In the next part of this lesson, we will study about algebraic expressions more and also their product and division. Till then, bye bye.